Welcome to episode 3 of Movement Minutes with Mark. I'm going to be working out with you today using Evercore resistance bands, and I'm going to be talking to you about a study showing how you can improve your immune system with strength training. That's right, a single bout of strength training that is for 35 minutes to 40 minutes. That's all it takes. Can help to improve your immune system. This is shown through the regulation of these cytokines. So we'll get more into the results of this study. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some rows right now with the Evercore bands. Unfortunately, we don't have these on Amazon anymore, but you can get some other resistance bands. I would still encourage you to work out at home with resistance bands because they are great for strength training. So I'm gonna do some rows right now because I've been sitting all day and I wanna get my exercise in for the day, but I also wanna help you understand how strength training can help to improve your immune system. And there was a study that was done in 2018, and there were 20 participants in this study. They were 18 to 35 years old, and they did 3 exercises. They did leg press, they did leg curls, and they did knee extensions. And they did 8 to 10 repetitions, and they had a 90-second break in between. And when they were working out, they measured their blood levels afterwards, and they found that immediately after the exercise, that they had an increase in lactate, in blood lactate. But that also correlated to an increase in leukocytes. Those are the white blood cells. So when you have high levels of white blood cells, it means your immune system is healthy and active. If you have a virus or an infection, then usually your white blood cell count drops. So that was a positive response from the strength training, and that was done in just 35 to 40 minutes of exercise. Now there's also benefits from doing cardiovascular exercise, but specifically strength training was used in the studies, and that's what it showed. Now another benefit that was shown in this study was the positive effects on cytokines. So when skeletal muscle releases the cytokines, they're actually called myokines. And these can be pro-inflammatory and they can also be anti-inflammatory. So they can work for either increasing inflammation or reducing inflammation. So essentially, your immune system is constantly changing and modulating the amount of the inflammatory response that's occurring. And these are occurring at the cells. And so this single bout of strength training was able to stimulate the release of these myokines, which were detected on the blood test, and it had an overall positive benefit on the immune system. So these are good results because I know many of us are busy and you may not have tons of time, or maybe you don't want to work out. Sometimes there's this mental barrier with getting a workout in. You might think that it's going to take you too long, and there's that barrier that we put in our head. It just takes 35 minutes. If you could get to that point, which is easy for a lot of us to do, then you're gonna be able to get these positive effects on your immune system, and we all need that right now. And another benefit that you can get for your immune system is by taking a curcumin supplement. There's also good research to show that it helps improving some of the same markers that strength training does. The cytokines, there's one cytokine specifically that was done in this study, that was looked at in this study, it's interleukin 6. There's research that curcumin can help to modulate interleukin 6, and that's a cytokine that can have either this pro-inflammatory response or anti-inflammatory response. So it helps to regulate the immune system in a positive way, so that way you can bolster your body's defense systems. And we need that right now. So now the thing about many of these curcumin studies is that they used between 500 milligrams and 2,000 milligrams of curcuminoids. Those curcuminoids, that's the active ingredient in turmeric. So if you have turmeric in your spice rack at home and you sprinkle it on food, that's great. I'd encourage you to do that. It's gonna be healthy for you, but you're not gonna be getting the same amount of curcuminoids because there's typically only 3 to 5% of these curcuminoids in that powder. So you wanna make sure you're getting the higher concentration of it, and you can get that with a turmeric extract supplement. But a lot of these supplements out there, they have a really low dose. we're talking about maybe 50 to 100 milligrams per capsule. So if you wanted to get this dose that's used in the studies, you're gonna have to take probably 10 to 15 capsules of this supplement per day to get these benefits. So that's why we came out with Active Atoms. So if you head over to activeatoms.com and look at our website, that's a company owned by us. If you look at the amount of turmeric extract that is in one capsule, you're gonna see it has 750 milligrams. And that's a lot. That's gonna put you right in that sweet spot of what the studies recommended. So you really only need to take one of those capsules per day to get those therapeutic benefits. And we know that strength training and curcumin can help to promote a better immune system. These are some of the positive effects that you can have. And these are great because some of the a lot of our immune system and a lot of what happens in our life may be out of our control. A lot of the like autoimmune diseases, for example, are hereditary or genetic. And so if it's genetic, then what could we do about that? But then there's also a study in genetics called epigenetics, and that's how our environmental factors and what we eat, our behavior, our environment around us, it's how these factors influence our genetics. So epigenetics, that's how it affects us. So we can influence our epigenetics. We can modify our behaviors, and we could take healthy actions to promote a healthier inflammatory response in the body, so that way we could ultimately become the healthier version of ourselves. Not just externally, but really internally from a cellular level. So if you want to learn more about the benefits of curcumin and just learning about inflammation and these other diseases, then head over to activeatoms.com. That website is going to be focusing primarily on the benefits of curcumin, but we're going to be talking about all these different chronic diseases and illnesses, and I've worked with these registered dietitians and these nutritionists and other health experts to work on to collaborate on these articles. So you're going to be getting good, accurate information, and you'll see tons of references in the reference list and throughout the article that you can check out, and you can read these studies for yourself. So if you have any questions, then go ahead and message me in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer your question, but head over to activeatoms.com to learn more about how curcumin can support a healthy inflammatory response in your body.